Hello everyone, my name is Uthris and welcome back to Medieval Engineers, where we are working on the wonderful town slash city slash fantasy island, airship island thing called Bridgehaven. And what we have here is I went ahead and laid out some more wooden foundations for the rest of the row homes. And so just as a refresher, because we kind of missed some areas. So the row homes are these type of structures, these kind of just house next to house next to house. Usually a 3 wide, 5 long. There is some variation in them though. And you get these just kind of clusters of buildings by doing this kind of stuff. And then you mix in some unique looking things and you slowly develop kind of a city feel, which is what we're going for. So all the wooden foundations, those are going to be large blocks of residential. Everything else, not 100% sure on, but we're not touching row homes, at least this episode. Hopefully I can try and do as many of these off camera, because you guys have seen me build so many so far. This episode we're going to be working on these kind of stone pads. And what these are, more homes or miscellaneous structures, but they are very high up. So I call them compounds, you could say. And basically what just that means is it's a mini storage structure, kind of maze-like in nature. Okay? A lot of little rooms, things like that. Of course it connects to the back alleyways and things of that nature. Off camera as well, I went ahead and built just a small little defensive turret here, which looks alright. You know, I don't want to do too many really tall ones, as I think that will take away from the city itself, because again, these islands, I mean, they act as a wall themselves. So, besides this main breach point, the only other way to siege this place is by airship, in which case, this tower is going to help a whole lot. I don't know. Because they will still have the high ground on you. You might as well just have an airship army to keep them at bay. Anyways, so let's go ahead and get started on this area. So we're just going to lay out the interior of the first 2 floors. These first 2 floors are going to be completely separate than the structures that are sitting on top of them. So that's something a little bit different with this build. So I need to make sure to grab the correct items here. Let's see if this is going to have a porch on that side. Windows there, and my phone is vibrating at an inopportune time, of course. Okay, so that's the outer section of that larger area. And of course, when I say compound, you know, it can mean an assortment of things. And so that is these 2 shapes. I don't know if I want to break up and make a 3rd shape in here. To be honest, I think it would look better if I did something like that. And then you get into here just by this little corner kind of entryway. Not bad. We're still getting kind of texture tearing in certain areas. Again, normal. Can't do anything about that. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to be using slopes in combination for the wooden stairs to give a better effect, I think, for the most part. So if we put this staircase here, that will kind of give us a little back storage room, which would be pretty cool. And I can just make that flush by doing that. And then for the railing, I don't know how I want to handle that just yet. Could even just do something like this and kind of seal it off for now. How to connect these rooms. Yeah, well, we're gonna have a little storage room and a doorway there. Storage, of course, is important to think about, because you just don't know where everyone's going to be and what they're going to be doing. And we can throw this stuff there. So these structures can be anything from homes, just lower end homes, kind of stacked on top of each other, to businesses, to storage, to guilds, to anything really. I'm just trying to make a pretty solid clump of structures that I can do something cool with, hopefully. And there's going to be 2-story buildings on top of these, so they're going to be all 4 stories tall, maybe 5 stories in certain areas. So, is my day-night cycle on? It feels like it's getting darker. Nope. Alright, let's go ahead and lay out the next floor. Oop. Oh. It makes me pretty happy that we can do the shift right click to delete things again. I was very much missing that feature. Now the interior of the second floor will do wood, but the outside is still going to stay stone, I think. We need to add a staircase here, don't we? So let's go ahead and add our ramp. Let's just attach it here. It's alright. And throw down more flooring. Or I should wait and bring up the walls first. I think I'm going to bring up the walls first, just so we don't lose where they are. So those areas can be plaster, same with that. Mirror these all the way around to get a nice kind of solid white in certain areas. Interior. And I don't have to worry about that being structurally sound or not, because there's going to be enough stone, I think, to kind of make up for it. Really? You know what? I think just change. This is going to be a loft kind of area. And the second story will just be back here. Yeah, that's okay. Because you do want height variation. So including just a single story, I think will be okay in the long run. So there's all of our access points. In which case we can throw up some interior walls again. Alright, just like that. It's kind of cool that this kind of remains open. I didn't want to put another doorway because there's just too many doorways to worry about. Yeah, this is definitely okay. Let's see. Bring up more stone walls. Or I can do the third story will do the combination. Just like the normal row homes. So we can do all this. This. Now you can even think about adding a balcony at this point. If you want. You know, I can throw one here. Doesn't really interfere with anything, why not? And that gives people who live in these areas kind of just at least one nice place to be in. Let's see. Question is, how do I do this section? Thinking that's fine. Don't know how to do the roofing here just yet. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, just keep working through it. I think that's my biggest advice for anyone who's building anything is just, you know, if you get stuck in a certain area, definitely just move on. And maybe something new will come to you somewhere else that you can apply where you were stuck, or maybe just looking at it with a fresh mind will be beneficial. It's okay. I could do a couple things. Well, it's quite an amalgamation of just boxes here. I know once it's done and everything, it'll look nice. Just we have to get through the rough spots, I feel. Alright, and adding in our stone foundation. There we go. Just a nice effect for most buildings. You kind of widen the base out. It makes it look, I think, a little bit more sturdy, bulky. The weight's at the bottom. Not bad. Not bad indeed. Now for here, I want to go ahead and lay out this spot with you guys before we skip to kind of the end. I just wanted another area to cover the road. Those areas, in my opinion, are very nice, and side streets are great for that. It's not part of the main avenue that goes straight towards the town center. It's just an offshoot of some kind. Let's see. Alright, that looks okay. You might be wondering if, you know, if you're gonna be up here, how to get there and things. I think that'll be connected via this structure over here. Somehow we'll make the connection. Now, I don't also normally put so many windows so close to each other right through here, but this pillar provides a little bit of a break. So when you're just walking along, you don't notice it until you're already past this first window. And then it's just back to being windows every now and then. So that's something you can use too. If you use a lot of windows, try to bring out other areas to cover them up when you're looking at them from the side. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and actually build these two compounds up completely. Alright everyone, so I have finished the outer shells for our two compounds here. This is the outer shell of the one we were working on during the video. And as you can see, it is fairly large. It has three balconies and a porch on one of the sides. It has a red roof section. The raised section, of course, looks fairly nice. And then there's even a third raised section into this large room, which really, this could be a storehouse very easily, or it could be just some type of guild hall, banquet hall, who knows. It's not really my job right now to do all the interior decorating. I don't want to lag any more than I already am, and we have so much more to go that it's ridiculous. Anyways, this is a structure that you guys didn't get to see me build at all on camera, besides maybe the arches and some of the first floor, and it turned out fairly nice. I like the little exposed area to kind of this light battlement area, which is pretty cool. Now for the inside, we'll just do a quick tour on this one. I might touch in on some areas inside there, but it's basically just a maze of stuff. So this structure has 3 floors. It has a very interesting back porch. It's got sloped roofs and then a peaked roof in the middle, which is pretty nice, and a whole bunch of wood to make it really bulky and very sound. And a nice view of the back alleyway and the local well for these homes. Then if we head over here, we can actually head out the structure. And, you know, it does have some extra rooms in the back and the first floor, which is really cool. I like the open archway that we have in this area, as we lose a whole bunch of frames. You can go access the alleyway from over here. And I do want to show you guys this balcony, because, you know, doing balconies like this I think are very important to kind of break it up instead of just always having these single sloped versions. Though I should have added one of those for this one, and I might do that anyways because it's probably needed, but oh well. You guys can see we have our 3 balconies on this thing. We have our kind of first floor thatched area attached to a porch. I was able to keep this open, which is nice. You know, just a couple simple rooms. You know, this is just for connecting into the back alleyway, not so much main foot traffic. And then up here, which you could even divide into 2 more rooms. So there's plenty of room for living areas and things of that nature. Let's go ahead and enter this one over here. As you can see, this one, I believe, yes, it does have an upper floor. I have forgotten. It has been that long. This one, you can only access the structure through the back alleyway. So maybe Thieves Guild or something. Who knows? It is a little shady back there. Then now we are in the third kind of area, which is, I believe, the largest of them all right now. It's got many rooms. It's got an upper floor, which you could divide into even more rooms very easily. It's got its own balcony, which is a wonderful view of the little courtyard that's going to be out here. And then we can quickly, very quickly, come on, run, run, run. Go ahead and just walk along this upper path. I like doing things like this. You gotta try and mix up your alleyways and change the height value of certain areas. I really like being able to look down into the lower back alley behind the school. And then it just comes back down over here, which will have even more homes. So, there are a few things that I need your guys' help with. Now, all of the brown area, that's going to be homes, like we said early on. But I need ideas for civic buildings. Things that would be in the residential area to help living. So, for example, bathhouse, storehouse, town hall. Anything that you can think of that will kind of pop in some specific buildings to mix along with all these homes and to bring some uniqueness with the repetition to break it up, essentially. And, you know, you guys can let me know what you want to see. Go ahead, if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Go ahead and leave a comment, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.